What's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. This is day one to my little coding journey. I'm trying to learn Java, programming language. This morning I woke up, got some breakfast in me, and headed straight to Panera for free coffee and started learning. Today I wanted to create a kitchen inventory system using Java. I've done similar things like this in different coding languages before, so it wasn't too hard. I used ChatGPT, obviously, to help me with the syntax. Now I've got a decently functioning programming. The only thing I have to add is the CSV file is like storage, but I can do that easily tomorrow. After I coded for about 3 to 4 hours, I just hit the gym, de-stressed me a little bit. Felt decently strong today, which is nice. I'll take you into the code in just a second.
Okay, I actually did it. It was actually really easy. I got everything pushed into this GitHub repository so I can access it right here. All of these things. It's kind of a lot of folders. That's my day one examples and then my day two examples. Inside of here, got my project, my kitchen inventory project right there. I got my grade calculator project and then some of these examples I just did that day. And I think I should be able to completely incrementally update this and add new folders here using the methods I just used. And I literally watched some YouTube videos and then downloaded Git here and boom. It was pretty easy. Alright, it took me a little bit of figuring out, but I actually was able to pull that repository that I had on GitHub to my computer using a variety of different things I've never heard of before and I had to learn about, but now I've got everything that was on my repository on my desktop.
Well, I've got everything set up. I actually linked this, my desktop right here that I'm recording on, to my repository, which has already been linked to my MacBook, and now I can pull and push from here to my repository and then pull and push from my repository to my MacBook to kind of get all my files back and forth very easily. That's exactly what version control does, and I'm glad I figured that out. I'm not very fluent in it yet, but I'll keep on practicing, obviously, as I have to pull and push. Right here is the file that basically, this is literally just the blueprint for my inventory. So all it does is it returns this little thing, the name of the item, and then the quantity and the UPC next to it, just so we have a blueprint of what we're storing as data. Now I need to tomorrow create a CSV file, or some other formatted file. I'm not exactly sure what I can do with Java that will take this and store it in there. Before I do this, it's got to read that file and then store it as my inventory. That way, when I press, let's say if I press 4 right now, the inventory wouldn't be empty because it would have stored what I previously did. That can't be too hard. I'll use ChatGPT to figure out how we do that in Java, but it can't be that much different than what I've already done in other programming classes. This file right here is basically just my entire user interface. This just asks them questions and then lets them choice, pick choices, and then the case 1 adds item. This calls my add item function. Case 2, update item function, delete item function, view inventory function, and then this is basically just exits the program. Down here is where I have all my functions. This is the only function I tried to make very well was this one. It takes either the name or the UPC. Doesn't matter, you can type in either one and it will sort it out by just going through here and doing this try catch. You're going through this try catch block that basically, at first we just assume that it's a UPC value, and if it's not a UPC value, we get an error, and then it goes into the catch block, where it assumes, well, since it's not a UPC, it has to be name, and that's a string value, and then it comes here. I made this pretty much all using ChatGPT and getting help from it, but I wrote every single bit of this code myself, just because I wanted to actually understand what it did. So I would just have ChatGPT give me the blueprint, and then I wrote the code, ask it questions, ask it for advice, go back and forth with it. It took me 3 hours for all this, because I'm starting from scratch. I don't really know what's going on, but honestly, it's not even that bad. as right now. The only issue is it just doesn't store information, but I can easily fix that tomorrow, and by the end of tomorrow I should have a pretty solid looking code. I have to make sure I get to sleep on time tonight because I do work tomorrow, and if I'm going to work on this and go to the gym, I need to like definitely wake up early enough.